Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today. It's another recap of the day at the 2022 World Cup, my review for the 4 games that took place today. Germany versus Japan, Morocco versus Croatia, Spain versus Costa Rica, and Belgium versus Canada. And it's another day, it's another shock, it's another surprise. Who in the blue hell would have thought that was going to happen? With Japan beating Germany 2-1. I did say in my preview yesterday that I did think out of all the teams coming from that side of the world, Japan looked the best equipped and look like a team that probably have spent the most time together and have something really good going on. But I did say that despite Germany being a little bit lackluster, that they might just show their class, might show their quality. Just like yesterday, we had Saudi Arabia beat Argentina. Today, we have Germany lose to Japan. None other than Japan. And you know what's crazy? Just like Saudi Arabia, who went 1-0 down yesterday, Japan went 1-0 down. And both those teams fight back and get to 2-1 to win the game. And you know what's crazy? With this game, Germany going 1-0 up, the goals that Japan had to be able to get themselves over the line, great goals, not even flukes, not even a bit of luck, a little bit of a chance. It's got a deflection, it's gone, one of those fluky goals that you get. Top class goals, top draw. Germany started off the game and they ended up with a penalty. Later on, we had another goal, which I'll talk about. But prior, they had a penalty, which was a penalty. Keeper bringing down player in the box very, I'd say very clumsily. And Gundogan comes up, steps up, slots it in 1-0. Later on, Germany do get another goal with Kai Havertz being the scorer. And I saw that and thought, oh, great. If Kai Havertz is going to get off the mark at this World Cup, then that's fantastic. Happy days. But ruled offside. Correctly so. Good decision. We move into the second half. And again, just like yesterday, it's like you turned the switch on. It's like with the Saudis, you turn the switch on. With the Japanese, you turn the switch on. The Japanese, all of a sudden, I don't know what sort of Dragon Ball Z, Pokemon, Digimon, whatever you want to try and pluck out, Yu-Gi-Oh! You want to try and pluck out of there, yeah? Because they've come up with all of that, and credit to them. Absolute worldwide sensations with creating all of those masterpieces, even from back in the day up until now. They decided to come up with something. They did not stop running. They turned into 11, not just horses on steroids. Absolute beasts. Did not stop running. Did not stop moving. Constantly quick, constantly strong, constantly causing threat. Germany looked lost in the second half. Hansi Flick was on the touchline like, I don't know, 9, I don't know. Unbelievable. Japan's first goal with Doan getting the goal. Ball put into the box. Keeper Manuel Neuer, rather clumsily, I want to say again, hits it out of the palm of his hand, right into the path of Doan. And for Neuer, you'd think that he'd probably either put a bit more of a stronger hand on it, or he would probably attempt to catch it. Now, it's a bit too quick to catch it, cool, but to put it straight into the path of the opponent's striker or attacking player, a little bit weird for Manuel Neuer to do that. But Japan take full advantage of Germany's mistake. Doan gets the equaliser and it's 1-1. Minutes later, all praise to Asano. Because the ball comes up into the air. Asano with a defender on his back. He brings it down and moves at the same time. He brings it down into his path and keeps running. And he battles the defender, battles, gets to the 6-yard box, smashes it, roof of the net. Manuel Neuer's not getting it. 2-1 to Japan. Unbelievable scenes. And I have to say this, yeah? Who's doing this now? I mean, not just that, Rudiger during the game was doing one of his antics, which at Chelsea we loved him for, right? But I'm sorry, if you're going to be... Here's the reality, yeah? If you're going to be doing that, you have to win. You have to win. And I understand that during the game you can pull off those antics and people will laugh and go, oh, that's hilarious, I love it. You run the risk of looking like an idiot or looking like a superhero. No matter what. If you do it and your team wins, you look like an absolute boss. You do that and your team loses, you look like an absolute flop. An absolute idiot. And unfortunately for Rudiger, against Asano, he does that weird run that he's done for Chelsea before, which I loved him for. And then Asano's the one that gets the winner against Germany. Absolutely unbelievable. And the only reason why I mentioned this is because, and I'm going to say this very briefly, for anyone that actually had a problem with what Qatar set up in this competition, with their rules, their regulations, whatever they want, if anyone was truly about a cause or truly about a word, they would have boycotted the tournament. They wouldn't have shown up in the first place. So any sort of meaningless signal that people are going, or gesture that people are going to try and use over there, hypocritical as far as I'm concerned. You really mean what you say? Don't go. Boycott the thing. Don't give any money. Don't go and get any money. Tell them to get stuffed. Reality is, money talks, they won't do that. So as far as I'm concerned, any gesture is completely meaningless. And for me, I just want to mention that because Germany, in the end, looked like a bunch of idiots. With Japan taking the absolute prize, and congratulations, Japan, because they deserved it. Absolute fantastic. So yeah, well done, Japan. We move to Morocco versus Croatia. Morocco versus Croatia, and I told you guys as well. I told you Morocco were half decent. They are half decent, and they done well against Croatia, especially in that first half. I thought that Morocco actually deserved to go ahead. Later in the second half, the game kind of went a bit flat, and I think both were looking at this going, you know what, we can just both take a 0-0 and leave happy. Because there wasn't really much action in the second half. There wasn't really much. I'd say the game started off with a bit of excitement, hit its top, plateaued, and then went down. So Morocco, good result. Very, very good result. For Croatia, I don't know if I want to say it's a disappointment, because this Morocco team are actually quite decent. But they're not going to find it easier against Belgium or Canada, I think. This group's very, very tight to call. Very tight to call. And I'll get to Belgium and Canada later on. But Morocco and Croatia showed defensively that they have enough. Offensively, I feel like they both didn't really take the chances that were laid out for them. Croatia in midfield were quite dominant. Were moving the ball through the middle quite a lot because they have the players to do that. Morocco, you could see, were constantly moving to the flanks, constantly using their fullbacks, constantly using their wingers. Ziyech, Hakimi, constantly involved on that right-hand side especially, and Ziyech had a very, very good game, so I'm happy with him. But 0-0 in the end, possibly a fair result. So we'll see where this group goes because it's very tight to call. Spain versus Costa Rica. Do you guys need a review of this one? Do I need to? I might as well just read out the scorers. Costa Rica should just leave. I think just go home. Just there's no point. There's no point. Costa Rica, with all due respect, Iran scored twice. Iran scored twice. I think in this circumstance, it's looking a bit mad. 7-0 against Spain, and they've got to play Japan, who just beat Germany, and they've got to play Germany. I think Costa Rica are going to go down as the San Marino of this tournament, with all due respect to San Marino. But, they get happy when they score a goal, let alone win a game. So, Olmo, Asensio, Torres with a penalty and another goal, Gavi, Sola, and none other than Morata, who actually provided a very, very good assist to Gavi in the second half. So fair play to Morata for that. Because I don't really expect much from Morata, but sometimes he delivers, and fair play to him today. Spain more than delivered. Do I think Spain are really, really good? They're decent, and as I've said before, they have a good squad. They've got a young squad with a couple of Asian players that are there for experience. Overall, it's a nice balance, but up top, they don't look... Well, I say that they don't look. They put 7 past Costa Rica, but I look at them and I don't think that they're potent, they're lethal. Costa Rica today just basically didn't exist. Might as well just stayed in the changing room. They might have conceded less. It's just one of those weird games. Spain absolutely destroyed after 25 minutes, to be honest. The rest was it turned into a training session. So there's not much to really say except Spain deserve it. And because of that, they head top of the group. They are top of the group on goal difference. Japan right behind them, and Germany along with Costa Rica sitting there with no points. And the last game, Belgium versus Canada. Now, I got to be honest here, yeah. If Canada can learn how to square a ball correctly, they would have beaten Belgium today. Because they had I think about 4 opportunities, especially in the second half, where they had runners on the wing, whether it was Alphonso Davies or the other person on the right, comes in, tries to bring it as an outswinger across the defenders into the box, when there's an option always sitting on the D or just entering the box with no man marking him. It happened 4 times and not once did they get the ball. If they got the ball, it would have been chance, literally the entire goal right there, pick a spot. Canada, just the final third, just did not do what they had to do, and they paid the price for it, because Batshuayi, who scored this goal, and it was a good goal, taking nothing away from him, but during the game, Batshuayi, for me, was, I don't want to say terrible. He wasn't terrible, but he didn't do much. He was constantly losing possession. He was constantly losing his touch. His first touch was horrific during times of that game. There were many things to look at Batshuayi and go, mate, are you okay? But then one beautiful ball over the top, Batshuayi takes one touch on it, places it, and it's a goal. And as a striker, you're expected to put those away. And he did. Opportunity came and he put it away. So fair play. Alderweireld with the ball across, Batshuayi with the finish. Cool. But apart from that, Belgium, Eden Hazard, can we speak about Eden Hazard very, very briefly? He's still got the brain, but he's lost so much speed. He's still got his acceleration. He's still got his acceleration. You can see his quick 180 shift. But when he actually gets going, I don't say it's easy to catch him, but he was always caught and he always had to go back, right? It's nice to see he's still got everything here. It's just his legs, I think, are letting him down. Injury after injury after injury after injury. You can see he's not the same player. But he played decent, very, very decent. He had good impact. He came off. Belgium overall, they weren't unbelievable. They weren't terrible, but they were slower than I thought they were going to be. The link-ups and the combinations are not there, which is exactly as I said in the preview, because I believe they've got individuals. They haven't got a group. They haven't got a proper team. They've got great individuals, right? And together, I just don't think there's a spark. And today, Canada let them off the hook. They really did. A top team that were able to finish would have beaten Belgium today. And that's my assessment. But congrats to Belgium. They won. A win's a win. In this competition, look, it's all about winning. It's not about how you do it. It's about doing it. Ask Argentina. Because, the Saudis rocked up and just, absolutely just completely destabilized the entire, not just the squad, the entire continent of South America with that result. But Belgium have won their game, and therefore they are in a good position too. They find themselves top of the group, Croatia and Morocco sitting with a point, and Canada bottom of the group. So there we are, people. Let me know your thoughts down below on today's happenings. How did you see it all go down? Your opinions on the teams and the results. I'd love to hear it. Again, congrats to Japan, because they do deserve it. And can I just say, the Japanese, what a bunch of people, right? Because not only did they win in this manner, but just like in previous games during this tournament, their fans stayed to clean everything in the stadium, bin bags, put everything away. I mean, that's unbelievable. Even the first game with Qatar against Ecuador, there were Japanese fans after the game cleaning and helping out the staff. I mean, it's nice to see. You see the scenes in Tokyo and Japan of when the result had happened, and you can see people on the streets. And it's the most organised fun I think I've ever seen. People at a massive junction waiting for the red light to turn green in order for them to run in the road and start celebrating. And then the police come and go, guys, got to let the traffic through. And everyone's like, okay, 1 sec, let's all go back. And then they wait for the green light again. Unbelievable. The discipline is ridiculous. The discipline is outrageous. So again, congrats to Japan, fully deserved. But there we are. Let me know your thoughts down below. Hit the subscribe button if you are new. Hit the notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Smash the like button if you enjoyed this. And I will see all of you tomorrow for another preview and another review for tomorrow's games and how it all goes down. So make sure you catch the preview to tomorrow, which is already uploaded on here. And I will see you tomorrow. Have a good one, people. In a bit. Take care and peace.